Okay, we can start now. Okay. Myself, I'm Nag. Have 12 plus of years of experience in mobile application development. Most of them in 10 plus of years experience in mainly in iOS development. Okay. Currently, I'm working in one of the MNC company. Okay. So my role is as a mobile tech lead. Okay. Coming to this one, we have you are I'm explaining the mobile application implementation. So it's nothing called as an iOS apps. How we can implement, how we can publish the app to app store, and what is the challenges we will face, and that all the course content we will cover in 45 days duration time. Okay, before we are starting, so I need to explain what is the uh, purpose of mobile application, when it will be started, and how many types of mobile applications. Just I will give the small history of the mobile applications. Okay, first 1 or 2 days it's related to the only main concept we will cover, in what is the process of and what is the tools, and all the stuff I will explain. Okay, so this is first 2 to 3 classes is demo classes. After that, we will jump into the main functionality flow and that stuff. I mean, we can start the hello world sample application, how we can implement the buttons and labels, all the UI components we will discuss. Okay, so first of all, my question is, what are the mobile applications? So nowadays, everyone they are using the own, I mean, mobile apps. So what is the purpose of mobile apps? Is nothing but as a, it's implemented some software inside of the mobile phones, so that applications it will work based on the our touch sensor, our based on the voice commands, different types of nowadays everyone they are using. So mainly mobile applications are mainly software programs specifically designed. It will run only in mobile devices. That is like as in nowadays they are called as in smartphones and tablets. Tablets means iPad or Samsung tabs, different. So all the apps is we can implement only. These apps are all we can implement for only for mobile devices like smartphones, and second one is this will be mainly uses various services. Mainly nowadays, mobile apps they are using for entertainment purpose, communication channels. For example, you can take the exam on one example: YouTube, Insta, and WhatsApp. All the applications nowadays they are using for entertainment purpose, communication, and different payments and phone pay and Google Pay. All these are all apps is called as an mobile apps. These are all the small examples for mobile applications. Okay. And second one, how many types of mobile apps? So mobile apps is mainly 2 to 3 types. First one is native apps. So native apps is nothing but as an, it's specifically implemented for specific platform. For example, you can take iOS. So this applications purely implemented for iPhone applications or iPad applications. Coming to Android, this will be work in only Android related OS applications. It will work. So that's why it's called as a native applications. Okay. So in this native applications, it's purely implemented based on the Google criteria. So Android apps is maintained from Google Play Store, and iOS apps is maintaining from the Apple Play App Store. So these are all apps is called as an native applications. What is the difference between native applications and hybrid applications? I will explain in detail, but our main focus is native applications. So this is completely depending on the iOS and Android. Okay, and the next one, and web apps. Web apps is nothing but as in all the Safari browser related apps we can call as in web apps. So we can't install any particular software into in this uh, mobile applications, but it will be, we can rent from the some URLs or browsers. So based on that, we will run in this web apps. And third one is nothing but as in hybrid apps. So this is purely, what is the purpose of hybrid apps? This will be maintaining single code for both iOS apps and Android apps. So what is the advantage? So we can't write specific code to iOS applications and Android applications. This is purely hybrid. It's, we can use HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So that code automatically it will works for both iOS and Android applications. And these apps we can publish through App Store or Play Store. So that's why this is hybrid applications. But what is the main difference between hybrid and native, I mean, hybrid and native apps? So purely it's depending on the OS applications. So this native, but compared to performance, native apps is the best option for in mobile application development. But some of the companies they will choose for hybrid applications. So why they are choosing means the cost factor and maintaining the single resource, and what are the functionalities we want to implement in single place, that will be automatically it will available for both the operating systems like iOS and Android. So that is the main advantage of hybrid applications. And this one, just I'm giving the advantages of mobile apps and web apps. So this is small difference. What's the main use of in this mobile applications, and what is the main web applications? So it's completely platform. So native to specific platforms. It's related to the iOS and Android. So what are the applications we implemented that will be run in this specific operating systems? And second one is web apps is purely it's based on the web browser based platform independent. So it's it will run based on the browser. What are the URL we are giving, that URL automatically it's loading. And second one is installation. So these apps we can download from the App Store or Play Store. Okay, but in web apps not required for any software installation. Okay, so that is the advantage of mobile app, I mean web apps. And third one, performance. Compared to web applications, in mobile applications is very faster and more responsive. So what are the actions we are doing, that time automatically it will be it's giving. And second one is web apps, it's a little bit slow, and depending on the browser and your internet. So how much speed of your internet, based on that we are getting the your response. And fourth one, offline access. So if you want to do the offline access, it will be providing the based on the your mobile application requirements. And some of the it's limited, so not required. I mean, sometimes it requires a PWA. And cost wise it is very higher compared to web applications. Okay, because it's purely platform specific applications. So that's why the cost is a little bit compared to web applications, it's a little bit high. And web apps it's very low, because what are the web application we are implementing, that will automatically works all the browsers and all the operating systems. So that is the main advantage of web applications. And distribution, what are the apps we are implemented, that applications we need to push using the app stores or Play Store only. But in this one, so not required for any distribution, we can publish through web application or URL. Okay. And next one is user experience. This is very important, because nowadays the look and feel is very, very important for what are the applications we are implementing. So that one is very, so compared to this is very optimized. And some of the designs, it's specifically depending on the which platform you are using. So platform specific designs we need to maintain. For example, we can swipe gesture. In iOS we are applying the swipe, that will be showing as an some delete all icons, all options. It will be based on the platform specific. So this is not optimized, it's very less based on the browser. What are the, I mean, mouse operations, what are the mouse operations we have, that all the operations it will cover in the web applications. Okay, and the last one is very important thing is security. OS level security is very important nowadays, because hacking and the data is manipulating in the some third party, I mean malwares or something. So that's a very important for security point of view. It's very useful for OS level security features. And next one, web browsers. It's based on the server side security, what are the they are maintaining, based on that the security will be depending. So these are all the main differences between mobile applications and web applications. After that, I'm jumping into the mobile applications. So what is the technologies and what are the native applications, why we want to choose native applications, I will explain. So coming to, so the programming language native Android, we are using the Java and Kotlin. So these two are currently nowadays Android application purpose. They are using the Java and Kotlin. Coming to iOS nowadays, Shift and Objective C. Okay. Some of the people are asking what is the use of Shift UI. Shift UI is a completely different. So alternative of the UI kit framework. Okay. And next one, class platform. So what's the meaning of class platform? Is nothing but single code. It will works for both iOS and Android. So nowadays everyone using the Flutter applications and React Native and Xamarin applications. So these are all applications is completely related to the cross platform. So what are the code we are implemented, that code it will automatically works in Android and iOS. Okay, we can publish these apps into the App Store and the Play Store. But what is the main difference? So the performance and the look and feel a little bit compared to this one and this one. But the customer requirement, I mean, the cost wise is very less. Please go for Flutter or React Native. Nowadays, all are, I mean, class platform, they are using Flutter only. Okay. This one is currently nowadays Java and Kotlin nowadays they are using, and Shift is the recent, I mean, last 7 to 8 years they are using Shift. Objective C is very old one, but some of the projects they are maintaining Objective C as well. So that's why I mentioned here. If you have any doubts in the Objective C, I can explain in the Objective C as well. Okay. This is the technologies currently we're using in mobile applications. And main characteristics of mobile applications is mainly is very portability and mobility. Okay. So this is very important thing. Okay. I will explain in each and every what is the purpose of portability and mobility. So mobile apps are mainly designed for mobile devices. Already I mentioned. Okay. This will offering the services, I mean, something 3G and map routing and the locations navigations, all this stuff will be covered into the mobility nowadays. Okay. And next one is nothing but as a specific platform specific. So mobile apps, you can use Android nowadays and iOS. Most of the Apple products are using only iOS applications. In Android, all the Android related applications nowadays they are using the Android's apps. It will be can download it from the Google Play Console or Play Store. Okay. And next one, mainly, what's the main use of mobile applications nowadays? The tap, I mean, gestures. So gestures is nothing but single tap and multiple taps, two tap and swiping and pinch, zoom. So there are different user interactions. In that user interactions, we can nowadays, for example, we can take one example, headphones. If we are moving head in two times, that time the we can attend the calls, that type of sensors nowadays everyone using in the different application. These are all as called as an touch sensors or gestures, we can call the touch or gestures. So these are all very important for mobile application features. And some of the functionalities sometimes we want to provide in offline. For example, I want to record my audio files, and once the network is available, that time I can sync up. So that time we can use the offline functionalities as well. Some of the mobile applications they are using for this purpose. We can take some examples, music apps or document editors, like that. So these are all apps we can use in offline mode as well. Okay. And next one, personalization. So for example, if you want to some notifications, so whenever the food is ready, or I want to take the tablets or something, the type of nowadays mobile applications, they are using the push notifications and that stuff. So most of the mobile related applications, they are using push notifications for interacting with the business and user interfaces. And you can take the like GPS, so which location you are currently, so when which direction you want to move from, which point to directions, and wherever the customer is existed or hotel is existed, that type of all the functionalities we can track from the GPS only. Okay. And next one, integrations, different application. In mobile applications, different features, integrations we have. So the first one is camera. So if you want to take the pictures, or we need to upload the pictures, then we can use the camera applications. And the second one is GPS. So if you want to share your location, and that purpose we are using the GPS. And third one, microphones. So if you are using the music related applications, that one you can communicate with your microphones. And sensors. Sensors is nowadays the fitness purpose. Everyone they are using for the how many steps you are running, and that related stuff. We can use the sensors. And contacts. If you want to send a message or something, or calling, you can take the WhatsApp or something. So that time we will get from the data from the contact app, and we will share that contact, or we, if you want to call that all the stuff. And calendar, if you want to schedule a one meeting or something, that all the stuff we can, all the different applications we can easily integrate to the your mobile applications. And the next one is security. So the main purpose is some of the applications are, if the application is implemented, is the secured way or not, because nowadays we are doing the payments from the phone pay or Google Pay. So how, if we are doing the payments, that time our data is encrypted or not, so that one is automatically Apple is providing the some guidelines is, because when we are publishing app to the App Store, they will again re-review it, and they will check the if anything is wrong way or not. I mean, Apple is providing us some guidelines or checklist. So what are the checklist they have? They will verify your application. So everything is, I mean, we are following or not. If we are not following, that time the app will be rejected. So that time they will check the if we are storing, or I mean, user personal information or payment related information, all that stuff, it will be checked. And if it's not encrypting or something, that when the app will be rejected, and the app will be not pushed to the App Store or Play Store. Okay, that is the main fundamental thing of mobile apps. Okay. And second one is, if you want to give the some bugs or something, so we can easily give the, I mean, 2 weeks build or 1 week build. So what are the bugs we are giving, and what are the features? Because mobile applications is very lightweight. So if you want to push your build to to App Store or Play Store, it's very quickly we can push it. So that is the main advantages of updates and maintenance of the mobile applications. Okay. And next one, already we discussed, push notifications is a very best example. So when we are getting the messages from the, for example, you can WhatsApp or something. So that time we are getting the messages, that time they will automatically push one push notification. So when we are tapping on that push notification, that will be automatically navigate to the that chart page or something. For example, one more thing, reminders we can use the local on notifications or something. So in this all notification related, you can't check anything specific to your email or anything. So what are the juice or something, it can automatically push the notification. So based on the notifications, you can check the, and what is the purpose of that notification. If you want to pay the something, when you are tapping on that one, automatically it will navigate to the that payment navigation page. So that is the advantage of notifications and alerts. And this is the already I mentioned App Store. So App Store is main purpose is when we are pushing our app to App Store or Play Store, that time we will use the App Store distribution. This is very important for mobile application developer and specific for iOS, because previously I mentioned we need to follow some guidelines for uh, iOS apps, because they have already some checklist or some guidelines. So based on that guidelines we are following or not, sometimes the app will be rejected to the development time. So that time we need to revalidate it and we need to verify it and we need to re-push to build to production. These are all the complications we will face in the App Store distribution. These are all the related to the some characteristics of mobile application developments. Till now, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you are good means I will jump into the architecture, what is the architecture we can use and that stuff. I will jump into that topic. I will wait 1 more minute. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm go with. Okay, good. So everything is good. Okay. Next, I'm jumping into the next topic is iOS architecture. So what is the iOS software architecture and that stuff? So first of all, we learned mobile applications. The first one is mobile applications and how many types of mobile applications. And inside of the mobile applications, we are discussing native apps. Inside of the native apps, we have two types of native apps. The first one is iOS and second one is Android. Okay. Why I need to choose iOS? I have some and so many students, they are asking why we need to choose iOS. The first fundamental thing, you can compare to any other persons or anyone in Android. If you have familiar with in Java, you can easily write code for Android applications. Coming to iOS applications, if you are familiar with Java or something, the people easily can't learn iOS applications. This is completely purely uh, depending on the C and OOPS concepts. Okay. And coming to the second point, if we are implementing the mobile applications for iOS, we must and should we need to use Mac application, I mean Mac OS only. In this Mac OS, it's a very common, I mean, cost wise, it's very high, but nowadays it's a little bit, I mean, 80K to 100K. I mean, nowadays everyone using the Apple MacBooks. Okay. So that is the second one. And compared to in market wise, in iOS developers is very less compared to Android developers. Okay, so Android is very high. For example, you can take the 100 developers, I mean 100 software engineers. You can easily find out a 70 to 80 developers for Android, or at least 50 to 40 people we can find out. Coming to iOS, it's very less. I can take the 100 people, a maximum 5 to 10 people we can find out, because the learning is very easy, but the fundamental thing is if you are implementing any mobile applications, that mobile application is required for Mac OS. But in Windows, I mean, VMware, something is tried, but that is not perfectly, is not executing. Okay. If you want to implement the iOS applications, please choose MacBook OS. If the MacBook is available, then you can learn the iOS. Otherwise, don't choose the iOS development, because all the applications we want to implement in the Mac OS only. That is the fundamental thing. Okay, so that's why I mean, learning wise is very less people nowadays learning. Okay, so that's why in the market compared to pay wise also, it's very different compared to iOS and Android developers. For example, in Android developer is getting the 2 LPA for annum, means in iOS developer, I'm sure at least 3 LPA to 4 LPA, because uh, very less people in nowadays, so we can demand based on the company requirement. Okay, so that is a fundamental thing, that one I want to explain. So why we need to choose for iOS? Clear? Any questions? Okay. So uh, now I will explain the iOS architecture a little bit, just not completely top level, or otherwise I will give some what is the how we can implement the iOS applications and what is the tools and that stuff. Okay. So next one is iOS software architecture. What is the mainly architecture we are following? The fundamental thing is the first one is Cocoa touch layer. So if you are implementing iPhone or iPad applications, this is the Cocoa touch layer is the very important. This is maintaining the entire UI design and that stuff. So that's why I'm explaining this Cocoa touch layer. But when we are started in the samples or applications or something, that time I will explain in detail what is the purpose of Cocoa touch. Okay, some of the people they mentioned resume in Cocoa Touch. So I mean they will mention in JDs, they will ask the Cocoa Touch if you are familiar with the Cocoa Touch or not. So Cocoa Touch is nothing but as in what are the user interface we are implementing in for iOS applications, that is called as an Cocoa Touch. Okay, this is highest layer. I mean, what are the interfaces we are designing? I mean, interface is nothing but what are the UI you want to design, that is we can implement in this Cocoa touch layers only. Okay, so this is mainly this framework will be mainly useful gestures or multi-touch input. I mean, if you are entering as a text fields or slides or button touch, single touch or multiple touches, and slider is nothing but as a volume increase or decrease, and a different views, all the stuff it will be covered in the Cocoa touch layer. So it is already inbuilt software. Okay. This mainly maintaining in UI kit framework. So what is the framework? Framework is nothing but as a collection of some elements they will maintain in the one specific framework. So that is called as a framework. All the frameworks we have different frameworks we have, but in this Cocoa Touch is mainly implemented in the UI kit. Okay, previously I mentioned in Shift UI. So Shift UI kit is different and UI kit is different. This UI kit mainly used for if you want to create any buttons or labels, we can easily drag and drop, or we can write the syntaxes using through programmatically. So we can write two ways. So we can easily drag and drop. Our second one is we can write through programmatically. So that is the main use of Cocoa touch layer. Okay. And second one, media layer. So media is nothing but if you want to play audio files or video files or some graphic animations, in that time we will use the so different frameworks we have. So like for example, core animation, core graphics, and audio video purpose AV foundation, and some of the metal for some gaming applications. That time we can use the metal, but nowadays we are using in this three. The first one is core animation, core graphics, and AV foundation. This will be main use for capturing the images or playing the audio file if you want to record your audio. So that time these all the frameworks we can use it. Okay. And third one, core services. So core services is nothing but as an if the network is available or not, or database is available. I mean, in mobile applications, internally we are maintaining the some database is nothing but as an core data. So this core data, if you want to write the some syntax, I mean, if you want to store your data into the locally, that time we can use the core data. Core data is a main purpose is what are the data if you want to store it in the mobile. So that time we will use this core data database. Okay. And next one, location services and multi-threading. So if you want to do multiple tasks at a time, that time we will use the threading concepts. So these all are important frameworks it will cover in the core data and cloud kit and locations. Okay. Locations means already I explained GPS are nowadays everyone in all the mobile applications they are converting into the core location frameworks. Okay. So this is all our core services. What are the, just I'm explaining what is the layers nowadays in mobile applications, I mean iOS applications we are using, that all the frameworks I'm explaining. Okay. And the last one, core OS. So what is the main purpose of in this core OS? So each, I mean, any software we are implementing that will be communicating with mission. So that what are the commands are giving the instructions, that instructions it will be communicating with missions. So that all the data will be is converted into the binary format. That binary format will be communicating with the mission learn. So in this time, so what are the hardware we are using? That hardware is maintaining in this all the informations or all the features. For example, security and file systems. So if you want to access your files and that stuff. And next one, memory management. In mobile applications, the fundamental thing is very important is memory management. So what is the purpose of memory management? If we are creating the one page in that time, for example, you can take them Insta, or we can take the Facebook. So whenever we are scrolling that time, it will be playing the some audio file or video file or something. So that time the audio file will be allocating the some memory because it's playing with some video content. That time it will be allocating the some memory in your voice. Once the your you are not watching that video, that time automatically that memory will be deallocated. I mean, releasing the what are the memories occupied, that memory will be automatically releases. So this is the fundamental thing of the memory management concept. This is not for mobile applications. If you are implementing any web applications in the backend database side, they will maintain the memory management as well. But in the mobile side also, we need to maintain and we need to follow. In Objective-C time, we are getting the so many memory related issues. Nowadays, they are maintaining the ARC concept. What's the meaning of ARC is nothing but automatic referencing counting. So this will be whenever we are allocating the one variable or one method, that time the automatically the memory will be deallocated. So that is the main principle of ARC. In future, if you are attending the any interviews, that time they will ask these questions. It's related to the what is the use of ARC. Okay, that one we can. Okay, so this is the all architecture and just I mentioned in this architecture, but I will explain each and every framework. So what, how we can implement and how we can use the in iOS applications time. But briefly, I'm explaining the what is the software architecture. Just I'm giving some brief introduction. So what is the frameworks we are using? That one I'm explaining. But we have so many other frameworks as well. But main, just I'm explaining the what is the core fundamental layers currently we are using. That one I'm explaining. Okay. And calling purpose, we have the phone calling purpose. We have the different frameworks. But all the frameworks Apple is providing. Okay, that and one more thing, so Apple publishing process is different in the mobile applications because we need to purchase the license for if you want to publish your build to, I mean your app to App Store or Google Play Store, we need to purchase the license. Okay, that is another story. I will give a brief explanation if you are familiar with iOS application, how we can implement. That time I will explain the uh, iOS app publishing process. That is the very important for mobile application developer. Okay. This is the concepts I want to explain today. This is completely theoretical. Okay, just why I'm explaining. So fundamental things is very important. So what is the app store distribution? And we don't know means that is not good for in future development. So that's why I'm giving brief introduction. In tomorrow onwards, I will jump into the what is the Xcode and how we can implement the iOS applications. That time I'm explaining tomorrow onwards. but this is very short note. So what is the purpose of mobile applications? Is it clear? Have anyone any questions? If you have any questions, please let me know, or you can ask me, or you can introduction yourself so I can easily find your name. So, okay, like that. Just tell me about yourself, or and if you are already working or not. That way, we can. I mean, I will explain the concepts based on that. If you are as a fresher, means I will focus on freshers concepts, and if you are familiar with, I mean, already, if you are working in application, I mean, if you are in working in some other organizations, I will explain in, I mean, experience way. So that one I will cover it. Ashish, you can just tell me about yourself. Or Rajesh. We will code in C program, C languages. No, we will use the programming languages Shift, completely Shift programming language. If you are writing any iOS applications, we will write only Shift programming language only, or Objective-C. But nowadays, not using the Objective-C, but already existing application, I mean, interruptibility with Shift, one of feature we have already implemented applications. What are the applications we have? So that one we can easily converting into the that one as well. Fresher. Okay, fine. Planning to learn. So first we need to focus on the, I mean, iOS or Android. So based on that, if you have Mac means you can go for iOS development. If you don't have Mac means suggested for Android because the MacBook is mandatory. Okay. Hi Rajesh, I'm a tester. Okay, move to mobile application. Yes, it's very good opportunity for testers. I mean, some of the I seen so many people they are as a testers. They can easily understand what is the functionalities in mobile application. They can easily concentrate and they can easily understand what is the functionalities. That stuff we can easily. So Rajesh, it's a very good time to jump into the iOS application development. So both the guys as a freshers, so I will mainly focusing on, I mean, fundamental things. Okay, and next one, once if you are familiar with fundamental things, we can concentrate on how we can use in experienced persons, how we can write the coding as a experience way. I mean, code refactoring and that stuff. I will explain in detail. Okay. So if the timing is fine for, I mean, Rajesh and Ashish, if you are okay means, so I don't have MacBook for using APM tool. Uh, for APM purpose, I mean, one of the iOS app we implemented that time we required Mac because in APM we need to run in iOS simulator because automation at that time we need to use the iOS simulator. So simulator we can't able to install in the Windows machines. So must ensure the Mac because simulators is important for testing purpose. Okay. Any questions? Anything? Let me know, or we can drop off. We will sync up tomorrow. But this class a little bit boring. We can concentrate on tomorrow and just a hello world pro example. So that way. Okay. Thanks. Thank you guys. We can catch up on tomorrow. Have a nice day.